I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call of board members.
Lanier,
Here.
Pepperman,
Here.
Ferrari,
Here.
Gorsuch,
Here.
Marr,
Here.
Slack,
Here.
Stanley is absent.
Honor and acknowledgement. Junior high. Yeah, Mr. Elmore gets to go first.
It's a good thing Mr. McMillan was going to try to warm up the crowd, and I know he can't do it. Thank you again for allowing us to spend a couple of minutes to acknowledge some great junior high students that I have. These guys are selected as the student of the month by our faculty, and then what I do is I ask the faculty to say a couple of nice things about our students, and this is what they come up with, and I put it on a certificate for them and invite them to come tonight. We have a lot of kids that are involved in extracurricular activities, so I do have a couple of students that aren't here, but I am going to start with somebody I know who is here, and that is 6th grade student Ellie Dooley. So Ellie is a respectful and kind student. She is extremely helpful, responsible, and is a positive role model for other students. She always tries her best and has a good attitude even when things get difficult. She is very reliable, always taking the initiative to do more than is asked of her. Ellie is on the softball team and is also a cheerleader. Ellie is a happy, outgoing, helpful student who always puts forth her best effort. We can always count on Ellie to lend a helping hand to any of her classmates. Congratulations, Ellie, on being 6th grade student of the month. Good job.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Good job.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Our other 6th grade student is Colbin Haroldson. Here's what his teachers have to say about him. Colbin is very respectful and polite to his teachers and peers. Colbin is quick to raise his hand and always participates in class. He plays percussion in the 6th grade band, but stepped up and helped the 7th and 8th grade band in a parade this year. Colbin has demonstrated high levels of self-motivation and leadership in his classes. He is always willing to help both his classmates and his teachers. So congratulations, Colbin, on being 6th grade student of the month. That's great. Keep it up. Congratulations. Good job.
Now, normally I would go to 7th grade, but there's a little story with the 8th grader here. This is the first time, I think, in my 4 years of being here, that siblings were selected on the same night. So our 8th grade student, Traven Haroldson, is going to, well, he's not going to, he's at Illini Bluffs representing our school on the basketball team. So Colbin's going to help me out with Traven stuff here. Traven does a very good job of participating in class and keeps himself organized. He works really hard and is willing to try again when he makes a mistake. Trevin plays percussion in the band. So there you go. A little something about Trevin. You gonna get that?
All right.
You gotta take 2 rounds. Colvin, that's awesome. Our other 8th grade student is Adela Heron. That's right. I knew I was going to say it wrong, and she even told me today I was going to say it wrong. All right. Adelaide. All right. Adelaide is a joy to have in class and is very responsible and mature. She is always very polite to everyone and follows all expectations. Adelaide plays clarinet and band and volunteered her time this summer to help the 5th and 6th grade band members get started as a positive role model. So congratulations, Adelaide, even though I messed your name up. Great job. I'm not sure either one of my 7th graders are here tonight, but I want to acknowledge Lucas Shelby. Lucas is a very respectful student and always brightens up a room with his positive personality and attitude. He is willing to try new things and works hard. Lucas plays percussion in the band, and Lucas is also a creative person.
And Bailey is a member of the student council and was on cross country this year. Bailey is always friendly and helpful to her teachers. She always has a smile on her face. She is a reliable and responsible student. She is also very helpful to other students as she has the qualities of a good leader. So those are my 7th grade representatives who have extracurriculars tonight. So,
Yeah, Lucas is at a basketball game.
Yeah.
Mom texted me.
and I believe that Bailey is watching a sister play tonight. So thank you for your time.
All right, always difficult following Mr. Upmore too, so I like to go first because he's good at this, so he usually shows me up. Anyway, Logan Archdale is our senior of the month. I would say that Logan was selected because he offers to bring me from the new Black Maple all the time, but really, Logan is a great student. I do appreciate all your offers, though. Logan is a great student. He's a strong academic student. He's in the top 25% of his class. He's a member of the National Honor Society. Along with his studies, he's involved in various extracurricular activities, including marching band, concert band, and pep band, drama club, harvest leadership team, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, International Thespian Society, and stage manager for numerous drama productions. In addition to his extensive involvement in school, he finds time to give back as he volunteers within the community. He's brought joy to others as he drums with the worship team at Canton Northwoods. He also devotes his time to helping with the Hannah City Park District. Logan's going to attend a four-year university next year and then decide his major while he is completing his general education courses. So a big congratulations to Logan.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Our junior of the month is Violet Easley. Violet is involved in cross-country, track, harvest team, key club, color guard, winter guard, drama club, game club, book club, art club, speech team, Spanish club, and band. Violet also enjoys cooking, going to the gym, and hiking. Violet plans on attending a four-year university where she will double major in Spanish and teaching. But you'll come back here then, right? Maybe? She hopes to travel to Spanish-speaking countries and teach English to Spanish-speaking people. A big congratulations to you, Violet.
Thank you.
Good job.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our sophomore of the month is Trina Austin. I do not see her here. I'll go ahead and say some things about Trina. She's involved in cross country. She enjoys spending time with family and watching movies. She participates in her church, and she organizes local events. She plans to major in nursing and seek a career as a nurse practitioner. A big congratulations to Trina. And finally, our freshman of the month, Rosie Irvin. In a short time here, Rosie has already become probably the most popular student in the freshman class, just saying that as well. Rosie is involved in basketball, golf, harvest team, drama club, and band. She enjoys spending time with family and playing the guitar. She also reads Lunar Chronicles in her spare time. Rosie plans to attend college after high school to study forensic biology and criminal justice. A big congratulations to you, Rosie.
Keep it up. Great job. Good job.
And those are the high school students of the month.
I think we'll jump in front and we'll do Orange Frog because the back-to-back.
Good job. Orange Frog.
All right, so the two staff members that don't even know that they're about to be recognized are Katrina Haggard, and she is at the, did we miss someone?
My sophomore student of the month just walked in.
Oh, awesome. Whoa.
Hey, Trina, I'm going to go ahead and repeat all the nice things I just said about you. So, Trina is involved in cross country. She enjoys spending time with family and watching movies. She participates in her church, and she helps organize local events. She plans to attend nursing and seek a career as a nurse practitioner. A big congratulations to you.
Come right over front here, you get everybody in one shot. Good job.
Congratulations. Thanks for coming. Congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Great job.
Okay, so Katrina Haggard is one of our Orange Frog recipients this month. We figure that we just get all of the staff and student recognitions, and then we'll turn over the activities department. So, since you have the next two. And she welcomes students with a smile and a helpful attitude as students enter into the research center. She always is thinking of others and doing nice things, such as making popcorn for all of the staff on Wednesdays. And she's just really a great asset to the junior high, and that's why she was nominated and recognized as the one of the November Orange Frog recipients. The other one is Paige Berklin, and she's a family and consumer science teacher at the high school. And she teaches students to be responsible and respectful, and helps mold them into the young adults that they aspire to be, while being self-sufficient and being mindful of mental health of everyone. So those are our two Orange Frog recipients, Katrina Haggard and Paige Berklin. All right, Mr. Otto.
Of all the responsibilities that comes along with this position of the activities director, I think this is the one that I've been looking forward to most, and that is the opportunity to present to you one of our athletes based on their accomplishments over the season. So I'm not going to steal your thunder. I know you probably have some things that you want to say, so I'm going to introduce to you Coach Rebecca Marvel. I'd like for you to come up and have just say a few words about the gentleman that we are about to honor, if you would. I don't know if she's prepared for that. I don't know if I told her that she would be doing this.
She's always
I am prepared, and this is the hard part, is that I've been practicing trying to condense it, because this person, this fantastic runner, there is so much good stuff to say about him. So thank you for the opportunity for me to share about his achievements. It started in the 4th grade, believe it or not. He came to Run Club. I do Run Club, which is something that Jim Hardesty started. I did it. His sister was running, so he came to Run Club, because brother and sisters are invited to Run Club. It's a volunteer thing. I noticed he was keeping up with my fast guys. So I thought, maybe it's time to see if 5th graders, because other schools have 5th graders, run. So I talked to our athletic director in the state, found out what was needed to see if 5th graders could run. And the more I thought about it, with the elementary on a different schedule, the junior high leaving at one coach, it was going to be too difficult to handle. So poor old Dax had to come to Run Club again in 5th grade, but then 6th grade he got to officially come out. We had 20 boys show up that year, 21 girls. I was blessed to have an assistant. His 6th grade year, the boys qualified for state. Only 10 people can be on the state team. I had 4 6th grade boys. Dax Alm was the only boy, 6th grade boy, who was able to run at state. His best time that year was 12:09. Put it in perspective, Chase Coffey, who won at the high school, ran in his 6th grade year at 12:02. So 12:09, 12:02. Okay, pretty good. 7th grade, as you know, COVID hit, but we got to have a season. We went to Dunlap, Powerhouse Dunlap. The boys placed 2nd. Jake Martin won the meet, set a new school record at 11:18. No state, didn't get to go on. So I think Dax had a mission this year. We started with Detweiler Dark. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's an opportunity to run at the state high school meet. It's a couple weeks after I start Run Club. And they're giving out medals for the top 20. Jake and Ethan. Ethan and Dax, you have a chance to get a medal. They did. So that's the way the 8th grade season started for this gentleman. He has taken all the little things that I've talked about to be a good runner. The race is not won at the start, it's won at the 2nd mile. Plan the work the plan. Know where you're going to pass. set a goal. He has put all of that into the season this year. You've got to practice the way you run in your race. He helped the team be better this year because of his work ethic. He was always running hard, always practicing hard. And there was times where I'm like, I'm not sure this workout pushed you, and I'd have to tech base with him. Did you feel like you got a workout? A little, was sometimes his response. So that's my job, was to push him and make sure that the goals that he was setting for himself, that I allowed the practice to be such that he could reach those goals. So I didn't realize until I was preparing for this just how well he did this season. Yes, I knew he was one of our top runners. He was the Farmington top runner. But every meet that he placed first, the medal meets, he had a third, and let's see, we went to Knoxville, was surprised that we were getting medals. He got a first place medal there. We had a medal meet at Mossville. He placed third. We had a medal meet at Rushville. He placed third. Then we had a limestone meet, but we had a meet that Wednesday, and then he had to turn around and run again. He placed fifth. And then we went to sectionals at Dunlap again, Powerhouse Dunlap. And this dear old guy takes off. He's in the lead. I'm like, well, he's had a lot of practice at leading. Is he going to be able to keep it? He did. Another sectional champion right here with Dax Alm, 2 sectional champions in a year. He ran an 11:28 at sectionals, 10 seconds away from his goal of the school record. So we went to state. I knew he was going to get to state. I just didn't know how well he was going to do after he got there. He ran a good race, good start. He was right where he was supposed to be at the mile marker, come around, and then the state goes uphill. He ran, kicked well. If you were to watch a video from when this guy ran in 6th grade to what he ran in 8th grade, it's day and night. His form is right there. His stride is right there. Awesome. Just pretty to watch. Exciting to watch. So he ran at state. He was upset. He did a PR, but it was only 11:27. But once I said, hey, you got 8th place out of 234 runners, not shabby. Not shabby at all. So it is with pride and confidence that you're going to be seeing this guy when he's in high school. He is not done. He has more yet to come. But it's great pride that I get to introduce you to Dax Alm. Sad that he's an 8th grader. Come on up. He's got a lot of medals already. I told him he didn't have to wear them all tonight, otherwise. Congratulations.
Okay. Good job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Great
I think we
job.
ought to congratulate Coach Marvel
job.
as well, so well done.
I have a top 10 list.
Good job.
Dax is number 3 in his 6th grade year, his 7th grade year, and his 8th grade year, and top 3 overall. For the whole 18, 19 years.
Good.
I'm not sure what you want me to do with this one.
Well, I think it's worth acknowledging that we were recognized by the IHSA for.
So the IHSA, they have an opportunity. It's kind of like the Orange Frog, but it's for the state, and anybody can be nominated for what they call the SAWA Award, which is Support a Winning Attitude. And I don't know if you've been to the football games and heard the announcements that we do to acknowledge the shortage of officials, and how basically 3 years ago we had 12,000 officials in the state for all the sports, and we're down to 5,000. And there's a lot of reasons for that. So in an effort to, I guess, recruit future officials and to support, show our positivity and our support for officials, this was not my idea. This actually was Dr. Chatterton's idea, so I will not take credit for this, but we started to do gift bags for the officials when they come in. But during the game, if you've been out there, you'll notice that we acknowledge them at the 50-yard line before the game, and just kind of have everybody stand, give a round of applause, and just show our appreciation for what they do. Because as we say in there, the opportunities that we have, they wouldn't exist without them. So we have taken the time to acknowledge our officials, show our appreciation. Well, one of the officials, Don Hackler, that we had, I believe it was the game that was supposed to be the senior night, I was very impressed with how we did things, what we did, and he nominated us, the school, for the SAWA Award. And the very next Monday, I believe, I received word from Sam Knox at the IHSA that we were nominated and were given the award for supporting a winning attitude. So that's a district-wide thing. It's not just me, it's everybody. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate Dr. Chatterton's idea. And hopefully there's more of those to come.
Military award.
I don't like putting my back to the crowd, but I guess we're designed that way. My name is Mike McCarthy. I'm a retired colonel from the United States Marine Corps Reserve. I live in Morton, Illinois, and I am a volunteer with the Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve. What is that, Mike? That is basically a Department of Defense organization that is charged with keeping communications and educating both our employers as well as our reservists and our guardsmen on the information and the laws to keep everybody happy. Let's put it that way. Okay. So I'm a volunteer. I work for Caterpillar during the day at home, which I'm tired of. And but anyway, I need to see Dr. Chen and Mr. McMill.
All right.
Please step forward. One of the things that we do as part of the ESGR is not only do we have education programs for our employees, come this way, please. Not only do we have education for our employers, but we also have education for our reservists. Come on. Okay. But one of the other things we do is we have a means by which to recognize our employers as patriotic Americans. And what I want to do now, Captain Wilkerson has nominated you both for that, and we appreciate that. But he's going to say a few words real quick.
Obviously, about 19 months ago, COVID-19 kind of threw us all for a major loop. The shutdown happened, and I was home for about a week, and then I got summarily summoned down to Springfield. And I really thought that, naively thought that I was going to do my 2 or 3 months in Springfield, and I was going to be it. Flash forward to November of last year, and I got summoned out again for an even longer stint to assist with the COVID-19 outbreaks in Illinois veterans' homes and also taking public distribute vaccines up in the county. I had little to no notice on the second one, even less notice, and ended up being gone from home and work about 4.5 months. At no time was there any hesitation or lack of support. So it really does mean a lot, especially with just the colleagues and whatnot. So I have a laundry list of obviously Dr. Chatterton and Mr. McMillan, our HR staff with Renee Keyswetter and Amy Oldfield, Terry Cleasath, put my mind at ease real fast. She said, hey, we got it, we'll take care of it. My co-workers, Anita Vallisman, Brad Whipham, Melissa Petermeyer, my long-term substitutes, Stephanie Merzinski and Cody Lightbody. So, again, appreciate the support. It really did me a lot, and especially Mrs. Jerome last year, when things were really crazy, checking on me once or twice a week, so that really did me a lot. So, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Travis. I'll read both of these. So the Office of the Secretary of Defense, Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve recognizes Dr. Zach Chatterton and Mr. First name is Millen? Mr. Dennis McMillan, thank you, as patriotic employers for contributing to national security and protecting liberty and freedom by supporting employee participation in America's National Guard and Reserve Force. Signed by our director, Washington, D.C. Sir, thank you. As I heard earlier, attitude is everything, right? These are strange times, ladies and gentlemen. But good men like this keep us moving in the right direction. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again.
No problem. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
At this time, anyone that would like to leave before we start our regular meeting can feel free to do so. You're not going to come around?
And being recognized because of the work of many others.
Thank you for having me at this time.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rosie. Oh, well, thank you. I'll put it on right now.
We already know you're a patriot, but if you want to show it to people, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You thinking about it, Logan? You think about maybe staying? Oh, maybe next month, huh?
Consent agenda. Items 1 through 6 are on the consent agenda. If anyone needs anything pulled out, say so. Otherwise, I need a motion and second to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Marr, second by Gorsuch. Roll call, please.
Lanier,
Yes.
Peppermint,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Gorsuch,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Slack,
Yes. Passes 6-0. Request for public hearing. I believe Zach has one.
Yes, traditionally, we don't accept write-in public comment, but Mr. and Mrs. Jeff and Amy Evans have been before the board on numerous occasions, or I shouldn't say numerous occasions, but enough times that they've established a rapport with the board regarding their concerns regarding state mandates. So they were not able to be here in person tonight, so on their behalf, I'm going to go ahead and inform the board publicly of their public comment that they would like to be known. This is not normal, but because they're established communication with the board. I'm going to go ahead and read it as it's written. Okay, so this is Jeff and Amy Evans, who are community members and parents within our district. We are concerned with the fact that children are still wearing masks in school. We know there are lawsuits happening involving many schools, especially ones local to us. Personally, we don't feel right going this route, filing suit against our district, our school. We would much rather be working together in this fight. However, we are past the point of frustration. There are zero repercussions for making masks optional again, especially since ISBE reinstated all schools because they know it's all a farce. Every weekend, stadiums are full, concerts are full, all unmasked, yet on Mondays our children return to school in masks. Currently, Attorney Tom DeVore is offering for all Illinois public schools to add their name to the list of schools fighting back on this list at no cost to us. We have zero to lose here, and the children have fresh air to gain. Please make masks optional again and revert to our original amazing plan. The data give absolutely no reason for children to be wearing masks still. And once again, that is from Jeff and Amy Evans.
Thank you. Presentations. Annette Giannini, Committee Distributions, Mr. Vallis.
The Annette Giannini Supply Fund was a $1 million gift left from a former teacher that passed away that was at Farmington and then later moved up to the suburban area. And we can't spend the $1 million, but we can put it in a no-risk interest gaining fund, and we can spend that interest every year on a number of different items that are outlined. So what we do every year is we get together in the fall and teachers submit via Google Doc different items that they would like for their classroom, a different project they'd like supported. And then we have we have one administrator, which is myself, and then we have a teacher from each building that volunteers and a parent from each building that's nominated. And they kind of go through and divvy the funds up to decide what projects we're going to do. This year, I'm going to give you the overview of it, but we're going to move. We usually do a video that kind of talks about, just kind of a thank you. Somebody brought it up to me. I wish it was my idea, but it wasn't. But wait until the spring when they have those items so we can kind of take a thank you and show some kids using the items. And then we can also use it for our teachers the following year to say, hey, these are the kind of items that are funded, so that they have a better idea of what's getting approved and what's not. So I'll be back in the spring. But as an overview, we were able to fund 21 of the 24 requests for a total of $6,500. This represented our elementary school, our junior high, and our high school. All three had multiple projects funded, and I think it's just an amazing thing we're very lucky to have in our district. So, but the specifics in the spring will have specific items and teacher video and those things. So, questions?
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we already did that.
Action items. Resolution of tentative 2021 tax levy. The levy process is conjecture based upon the estimated increase, decrease of the total equalized assessed value of the property in the district. However, we base these projections on the best available information before preparing the tentative levy. Motion second to approve the resolution 110821 for the tentative 2021 tax levy.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Blunier, second by Slack. Anything stand out or?
No, we should come in right at or slightly below. It won't be an increase on the levy.
Okay. Roll call?
Zepperman,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Gorsuch,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Slack,
Yes.
Lanier.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Farmington Central High School Course Catalog. The board has been provided the course catalog for the 2021-2022 school year. The timeline for adoption is such that students can begin filling out their course request in the coming months so that final course offerings can be completed during the winter. While schedules are not finalized until summer, the guidance counselor and administration need ample time to create the schedule and allocate necessary resources for the upcoming year. Corrections, 2022-2023 school year. So we need a motion and second to approve the 2022-2023 Farmington Central High School course catalog as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Depperman, second by Ferrari. Discussion? call.
Farrelly,
Yes.
Gorsuch,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Slack,
Yes.
Lanier,
Yes.
Pepperman,
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Surplus items. As the vocational department continues their development to enhance the manufacturing opportunities for students, there are some items that are no longer needed and potentially could have some value. The denoted items are old tools that students have cleaned up and now need to find a new home. Motion second to declare the presented items as surplus to the district and dispose of them.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Marr, second by Slack. Roll call?
Gorsuch,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Slack,
Yes.
Lanier,
Yes.
Pepperman,
Yes.
Farrelly,
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Resolution requests of General Assembly. The Board of Education has struggled to adapt the ever-changing requirements and expectations. There's a great deal of appreciation for the public's input, patience, and understanding as we continue to embrace our mission and try to provide the very best for our students. Recently, we had a lengthy discussion with our legal counsel, and we wanted to explore options we have before us to ensure we are able to make the best possible decisions for our students here in Farmington. Dr. Chatterton has coordinated with our other superintendents to seek clarification from our state, and Illinois Association of School Boards has done the same for us. This resolution is focused on the legislative branch of the government and asking our elected legislators to provide direction to our state agencies as it pertains to the governance as locally elected school board. Motion and second to approve the resolution as presented.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Depperman, second by Slack.
Let me hit a couple highlights.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'm assuming you want a discussion regarding the topic, okay. So essentially, the real meat and points of interest is that this is, the Board of Education is asking the Illinois legislators and letting them know that there's a desire to having clear authority to resolve any issues of ambiguity. I knew I was going to falter on that word, has largely been silent as the governor, ISBE, and the Illinois Department of Public Health has asserted any obligation to follow the mitigation measures, and courts have issued a number of rulings against implementation of mitigating measures. So the board, whereas, is finding and determining that it is best interest of our school district and all public schools throughout the state of Illinois, the Illinois legislators to reaffirm the power of local school boards to make local decisions with regards to the pandemic and treat any mitigating measures of the governor, the IDPH, and Illinois State Board of Education as recommendations, not requirements, so long as the actions of the schools are not otherwise consistent with state statute. Not to violate any of the state statutes, and still be respectful of our governing authorities as far as them making recommendations for mitigating measures, but to still leave it to the local school boards based on local parameters and such. So what would actually come to action if this resolution were to pass is that I would send a copy of this tomorrow to our local legislators that serve our region on both the House and the Senate side. I would also send a copy to the Illinois State Board of Education, to the Illinois Department of Public Health as well. Let them know that the desire is to follow the statutes that are before us listen to the recommendations of our governing authorities, but to be able to make local decisions.
Thoughts, Dustin?
Hmm?
Calling you out.
Just as a clarification on this is reaffirming. You use the language reaffirming. So it's an affirmation that we are taking a position that we've always felt that these are local.
That's what I've understood from the robust discussion that's been transpiring since July. And this is, yes, this would be.
That this isn't a, we want control, or that it can't be construed as in we want the control, or that we're asking control from the legislator, but that it is a request on our part for them to recognize that we've always had that. That's always been stated within state statute.
Yes, so.
And that's the way I read
Yeah.
it. I'm bringing that up for discussion, is that's,
Yes.
anybody
see
not
where you're
seeing that within that, or not agreeing with that, I guess is kind of my
Yes,
point
it's
of.
reaffirming the power of local school boards, yes. So it is an affirmation that the power resides within the local authority.
To your or anybody else's knowledge, is any other school district exploring this? Or are we going to be?
No, they were real excited to see how, the ones I've heard from, they're real excited to see how this goes.
See how this goes with
Yeah. I also did not feel comfortable sharing out a resolution that was drafted for this board on behalf of this board without it formally coming before you guys to take action. So I may have been a little bit vague about the contents of it as well. So that could be a reason why. This board spent a lot of time getting to this point and been very, very patient. I didn't figure it was worth just parading it out there before you collectively had a chance to have this discussion and act upon it.
I think as a board, we've spoken before about our concern. We want to have control, or we want to have some influence on our own school district, right? And not just have it all default to the state decision. So not just in this issue, but I think there's larger issues at play, which we've talked about before. To me, this is an appropriate way to address state government and make our position as plain as we can. So I think I like that. I think it's the appropriate way to go about pursuing our goal. I appreciate the work that you, Dr. Shatter, and everybody else has done to get to this. This wasn't a short process to kind of get everything lined up. So I appreciate all the work in getting it ready.
Roll call?
Mar,
Yes.
Slack,
Yes.
Lanier,
Yes.
Dupperman,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Gorsuch.
Yes.
Passes 6-0. Discussion items. Code of Ethics number 11. I will model continuous learning and work to ensure good governance by taking advantage of board member development opportunities such as those sponsored by my state and national school board associations, and encourage my fellow board members to do the same. Committee reports. Curriculum. Mr. Bluenier and Mrs. Ferrari.
Basically, we worked on our SWOT analysis for goals, to set up our goals for the committee, and we didn't get it all done the first meeting. In the second meeting, we went over the high school booklet, and we did get pretty well in order what we're going to do for the ELA, but we weren't finished with the math yet. So we will be working on that and then present it to the board when we get them done. We only meet for half an hour, so it's quick.
Yeah, okay. Question on that from the standpoint of the curriculum committee. Kate brings up a really valid point. We only have a half an hour. And I'm concerned that we're not moving at a pace that we're going to achieve what this board has intended that committee to do. Case in point, one question that I've kind of struggled with here. So we passed the course catalog with no discussion on our high school. They presented that to the curriculum committee. That's 8, correct me if I'm wrong, Kay, but I think it was half or better of that meeting.
Yeah, it was better than half.
So we took that lion's share, but that committee didn't act on it. So there was no recommendation to the board based on that. There wasn't really a heavy discussion there either. So I guess I'm bringing up a discussion from the standpoint of is if there's an opportunity for us to potentially be digging deeper, because I think we're starting to miss something within curriculum. And it's no fault of, we have an excellent group. This isn't a fault, this isn't a knock on it. We've got the principals, we've got excellent teachers that are in that committee, but I'm concerned we're going to get to a point where we're not moving faster. So I brought that up to Dr. Chatterton about subcommittees. Also, we've talked a little bit about some type of curriculum director. So I'm wondering if there is an interest within the board to kind of look at diving into that, potentially with ESSER funding or something on a temporary basis, because I'm concerned we're not getting enough momentum. We're going to lose a really good group within that curriculum.
I think the curriculum director would be a good idea. Even part-time. I don't know if we need a full-time person, but part-time would be nice.
Or even for me, from what I'm seeing is even on a contract type thing, to just get us over that hump to where that committee can actually function as a committee that just oversees and reviews stuff, as opposed to the amount of work that we're on a committee side of things that we're really kind of trying to get done. Because I think there's a significant, I bring up ESSER funding because I think that committee, as much as even the other committees I'm on, we're seeing learning loss, we're seeing social emotional issues. That's a common topic that I think has come up in every meeting. So I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing ideas, but I want to kind of get that. I want to get a reaction to that and see if there isn't something that we can move forward. Kate, jump in if I'm.
No, I'm just sitting here. Yeah.
So is that half an hour? Is it like a specific time that's all you can really meet for, or is there?
Yeah, well, we used to meet once a month, and we Kay headed up a steering committee this summer and they said, we need more regular meetings to be able to make traction, to get somewhere. And Dustin's referencing, we're still not, we're in November and we've been given our due diligence to establishing goals for this year, but we still haven't arrived at what we're comfortable with for goals. And it's November. It's not for a lack of focus or effort or work on the part of anyone.
A lot of
It's just, it is a big part of what we do. It's the most important. It's what's most important is that curriculum committee, and you want all the pertinent stakeholders of the staff through to the board. That's why it exists. When you got that large of a ship, it just takes time, and there's just not enough of it.
Well, and this year, we're putting together the guidelines, and we're actually trying to go through them and put them together. And there's a lot of, the committee only met for 8 hours, and I will tell you, I had a dream team. The group of gals that helped me were just, and Clint were just, it was a dream team. And they put it together, but now we've got to figure out how we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we're going to do this, but how are we going to do it? And I think that's going to take some extra effort, and I think somebody to help coordinate that would be wonderful.
So do you need more manpower from, the board as far as with you two on there? Do you need a couple more board members to come in to help, where you point them in the direction of what jobs need to be done, or,
I think the teachers do a great job. With the
Yeah.
brainstorming and putting things together and combining from the different levels, they do a great job.
Yeah.
It's just, it takes time. And time's the problem.
Yeah. The term director, curriculum director, kind of makes me pause for a moment, because the strength of the council is in the diversity of the representation on it. But a coordinator or a facilitator or something along
That would be a good one.
those type that doesn't ever lose that balance of that council will be very important, because that's why that council exists. While it moves slow, everyone is there, and we just got to look at a way to fuel what's already there. But the learning loss and the ability to tie ESSER funds to the learning loss and empower that group, definitely with a facilitator and some extra support, is definitely worth pursuing.
One of our challenges, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of our challenges is, basically having that committee meet within the workday. And so I guess another thought for all of us is, a half hour doesn't get that work done, especially when we're looking at where we're focusing. So I mean, what I'm taking away from it is we're focusing on, here's weaknesses within our curriculum based on test scores, the test scores that are presented. So we're looking at the weaknesses of, here's where we're not performing at a grade level, at a ELA or math, on those different grade levels. So we have that identified, but what we don't have is we don't have identified how can we improve that in those areas. And one of the things that keeps coming up is integration. So making sure that what we're starting to teach at second grade and third grade, fourth grade, all the way up through high school is building and matching. So kind of integrating our curriculum in those ways and addressing that. What I just explained, it takes a half hour just to get that out across the group. So I'm kind of at the point of kind of looking at, okay, is there a way that we can incentivize the players within that group to dig in deeper? Because it's not me. I mean, I'm on that committee. It's not me. To your question, it's not me. It's not me, and I don't think it's more board. I think it's really more of ways to motivate those teachers. I go to the teachers that care about this and want to dig in. Do we have a vehicle, or can we create a vehicle? Have that expertise there. How can we get to where they can dig in or motivate?
Come in early.
We can talk with the group on what this is a good discussion because it needs to be had because it's a board committee. So I haven't asked any of those members, what their thoughts are. You can just kind of read the room that, like, all right, we'll see you in another 2 weeks. Well, 'cause when you look at the list of the committees that the board has, when you log the time over the course of a year, I don't think any of the other committees which is good, because when you talk about how you impact student achievement, student learning, on the board level, it's about the curriculum, and the people that facilitate things. So it's good. We just want more of it. So this is a good problem that the board's discussing.
So it sounds like you have, so I'm trying to understand, so we have kind of two separate issues. Try to move us along in between meetings. So it's kind of two separate, right? Like we're trying to look at a couple different avenues to make things better, right?
I think that's fair. I mean, that's where I'm at. I think, that in between. I don't think, for me, I don't think the curriculum committee should. I think it's really more of we need to figure out how to feed that curriculum committee so that those meetings are more productive.
Have time for the subcommittees to do something.
Yeah.
An opportunity for them. I'm not going to say more time, just
This year, by dressing up, students came up with creative costumes in order to win competition that was held at the high school. I got to witness that. It was very creative. And the Unity Walk was also held in October. The whole school walked around the school in order to stand united against bullying. Along with all of these events, students completed the SAT practice this month in hopes that they will be prepared for the upcoming tests.
Anybody have a reason to go to closed session? Personnel, motion second to approve FMLA leave for Jennifer Cloak beginning December 1st, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Defferman, second by Ferrari. Roll call, please.
Slack,
Yes.
Lanier,
Yes.
Peppermint,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Gorsuch,
Yes.
Marr.
Yes.
Passes 6-0. Motion second to approve discretionary leave request of Mackenzie Cooper Roll call?
Peppermint,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Gorsuch,
Yes.
Marr,
Yes.
Slack,
Yes.
Lanier.
Yes.
Passes 6-0. Volunteers. Mr. Otto has recommended the following as volunteers for the 2021-2022 school year. Motion second to approve Matthew Huber, Jacob Jennings, Brock Szymanski, Scott Showalter, and Stephanie Olm as volunteers for 2021-2022 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Meyer, second by Defferman. Voice vote, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Resignation, Danielle Thomas for student facilitator effective December 3rd. Adjournment, motion second to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Blunier, second by Meyer. Voice vote, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Next regular scheduled meeting, we actually have the levy hearing on Monday, December 13th, 2021 at 6:20 here in the Research Center, followed by the regular meeting at 6:30.